All right. Peace, 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 everybody. And we are live. My name is Ber-Henda Williams, and I'm the founder of Culture Shift Hers Unite and the Ber-Henda Williams Show. And we are here today joined by our associate producer, Sam Jenkins. Sam has been around the community spaces for a very long time, from coordinating communal efforts for municipalities all the way up to the county level and beyond. Understanding what it takes to make communal efforts work, to make sure that those spaces and events are also inclusive, but also centering humanity and the whole person. So I am super excited to chat with Sam today, but also really for you all to really get a sense of what goes on behind the scenes for the Ber-Henda Williams Show, because it's not just one person. I mean, yes, it's me, but it's not centered on me. A lot of work goes into making this show happen, and it takes a lot of hearts, a lot of minds, and determination to make this happen. So, Sam, so happy to have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll just jump right in. I feel like we've known each other like forever, but it has been a long time. So if we can just kind of go down memory lane just a little bit to give folks,
Absolutely.
yeah, folks some context of how we've come to know each other. So we met doing some programming for Black History Month for the city of Southfield. But what stuck out to you, I think, the most about working together, and for you to even say yes to this, I'm still just deeply honored. I was actually in a meditation and your name came up and Spirit was like, ask Sam. And I was like, okay. So that's really how it went. But just, contextually, like what stood out for you in our time together?
Yeah, so like you said, we've been working together for a number of years now. You made a Facebook post the other day that said we've known each other for like over half a decade, and that like blew my mind. I can't believe that it's been that long already.
Mhm.
Um, but we worked together for a number of years, and you always just stood out because I always respected your vision and your creativity. And over the time during my role when I was trying to figure out like what my next move was going to be, you were one of like the inspirations of like things you were doing to be like, okay, like maybe I could do something similar to what she does. And then when I did end up leaving that role, one of the hardest parts was leaving behind like the things I built and the relationships. And I was driving one day and I thought to myself, I really hope me and Ber-Henda cross paths again. Like I just would really love to work together. And it was so wild when you called me out of nowhere and you were like, I have this vision for this show. I want it to be centered on like empowerment, storytelling, BIPOC women, and I would love for you to be the producer. And I like first thing in my head was like, well, I don't even know what a producer does. I don't even know if I could be a producer. And like right away, you were like, no, you are a producer. You've been doing it. You've been producing experiences for years. You've been running logistics, keeping things on schedule, like problem solving. And it completely shifted how I saw myself. And then I said yes, and it's been an incredible experience ever since. So
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, look at like how like the synchronicities, right? And I think that's what I really want people to understand. Like I got a meditation, you had a thought, and then those things, in the 3D reality, catch up. And then, thank you for, even sharing with me that piece, like the pivot around like how you saw yourself. And I think that a lot of times we have an aspiration to do a thing, but we're not really sure if we can do it. And then
yes,
someone says something to us, and then we're like, oh, yeah, we
yeah,
already do that, do that thing,
literally.
yeah, that we want to do. And I'm so, like I said, I mean, you're such an integral part of the show, and not just the show, but I believe that it has a life, it has heart, it has, because I mean we have very real people that you take to a green room, and
Yep,
they're coming in with whatever experience that they've held for the day, right?
yep,
And for some people it might be the first time that they're on a on a television show, in front of a camera, and that can be so nerve-wracking. But can you give us some like behind the scenes stories or experiences that you've had like working on the show, where you're like, yeah, I'm in the right place, I'm doing the right thing, this feels really good?
Yeah, absolutely. Every single taping we've done so far, I have felt that at one point or another. I remember in the first one, um, we I didn't really know what to expect because like it was just a vision at that time, like we hadn't done it yet. And it really ran pretty seamlessly for it being our first time. But I remember just like standing there like off to the side because I stand behind the camera. I'm giving you like the time cues and stuff, but I'm like looking around at everyone and just seeing how engaged they were. And like you could just feel the energy in the room. And like I was really inspired by the stories that were being told on the stage. And each time I'm inspired, and it really like it just shows you're doing something with bringing all these people together and getting them to share their stories. And the behind the scenes part, I mean, we really just try to make it as seamless as we can, because like you said, it could be someone's first time being on camera, it could be they're coming from work that day, whatever the case is. So we really try to like send emails ahead of time and give like a video of what to expect with me talking and like this is what to know, where to park, what to do, because like having those details just helps everything run smoothly on the day of.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, there's so much going on in our world right now. Too many things to even name, and I think that you're helping to facilitate a space where people are feeling a sense of home, a sense of community, a sense of love. I had a conversation this week with one of our sponsors, and she's like, I'm bringing people. I want to bring people to this experience, and I know that it's able to do or have the impact that it has because of you and because you're part of it, and the diversity that exists here. Even though our metro area is very diverse, it's not always many times inclusive. So if you can even speak even to your own lived experience and your own experience with putting events together, what stands out to you in terms of our ability to create such a I'm sometimes even astounded when I look up and see who's in the audience, just to
Hmm.
see the variations in faces of genders, I know identities, orientations, backgrounds. It astounds me sometimes.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, so
um I mean, I think like it boils down to like representation is so important and making sure like we're having like the right voices represented on the team as well as like you, and then like so that the audience when they're there they're feeling like they're part of it, because we're not just like planning things for them, we're including voices and we're asking for feedback and we're uh trying to like work together collaboratively. I think that in my experience, sometimes there's a lot of well intentioned people that try to do events and programs, and then their programs fall short because they either like don't have a diverse team or didn't have the right voices in the room or didn't like consult someone from this, that, or the other. And so I think like what makes us different is that we do those things and we make an intentional effort to find people from all different backgrounds and all different walks of life, and we bring them together. And I think people like that because they see themselves in the things that we're creating and doing.
thank you. Oh wow. Yeah, absolutely. And when we talk about this upcoming episode, which is a can be a very tender topic because we're talking about God Unboxed and faith beyond walls, and we have such again with a panel of speakers. We have a rabbi and we have a minister and we have a pantheist and we have a spiritualist and someone who's curious about African traditional religion and how this all plays out in the Metro Detroit area and how it all plays out in their work. What would you say that you're looking forward to most about this episode?
Um, I really like this episode because I really like the idea of it. I've always been like a very spiritual person. I grew up going to the Catholic Church, and as I've gotten older, my relationship with God feels very strong, but my relationship with the church does not. And so I think like there's probably other people in the world that feel that way too. And so creating spaces where like you have people from different backgrounds again coming together and talking about it and making it like a more normal thing, or like making like just giving people the space to express themselves and to feel, because like I feel like there are a lot of people that probably feel that way that I do, or and just haven't had words for it, and vice versa. And so creating spaces where that is the focus is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And, again, all of our topics actually seriously have come from outreach. Like I just put the post out. What do you all want to talk about? What do you want to hear from, hearing from BIPOC women in business, to the friendship breakups,
Yeah.
fashion, and this topic. This again all was sourced from community. Hey, what do you want to hear? what
Mhm.
what kind of guests do you want? And I think that that's pretty incredible, Sam, that you and I get to be in collaboration and in development of something that feels so personal. Well, it is personal because we're getting this from feedback from
Absolutely.
people, right?
Hmm.
And to have it at the Bamboo Space, which I think is a really awesome space to host,
Hmm.
again, is also a representation or representative of values. And so, I mean, of course, I feel like you and I could talk all day because these are the things I think that matter to both of us deeply on a personal level. If someone wanted to get involved in this mission, if someone wanted to say, hey, I want to sow a seed, I want to help, because I mean, we're independent media, so we are completely
Absolutely.
self-funded. What would you say to them?
First I would say thank you for your interest, because we can't do it without your support. And second, I would say reach out to me, my or Ber-Henda, and we will be happy to work with you and point you in the right direction of where like we could work and make it fit the best.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you so much, Sam. I know that it's a snowy here, a very snowy
I
Sunday,
know.
right? So I hope that you stay warm. It's a cocoa kind of afternoon.
Definitely.
I am just again so grateful to you and just the whole team of individuals. So shout out to Damon and to Kimura. Shout out to Christine from Lux by Renee, who helps us to produce the show. Also, shout out to Bethany Hawkins, who helps on the Soul of a Lead Her, the podcast, and to Amanda Luan for saying yes, you can come into our space. The proprietor of Bamboo and their whole team, Abby and Allie. There's just so many
Absolutely.
people, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say shout out to Shalonda Johnson, who makes those beautiful bouquets. So every episode, y'all, we literally give people their flowers. So whether that's teachers, former educators, social workers, um, people who run a food pantry. We honored a beautiful husband and wife couple who picked my dad up to take him to church, but they also run a food pantry at that church. I think that it's important for us to recognize those people in our community because again, we're just inundated. I know I'm sometimes find myself doom scrolling like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that this just happened, or yeah, I can believe it just happened, but you get incensed and outraged, and sometimes that rage can feel like or quickly turn to helplessness. Like
Mhm.
what can I do? Well, what we can do is love our communities, support our communities. And I do believe that energetically it does ripple out. It doesn't just stay within the community. It sparks and inspires. And just like you heard Sam and I got a meditation, I got a word, a thought went past her mind to say, I hope that we can work together again. And then there's this collide. And I know that all of us have experienced something similar to
Yep.
where maybe a thought happens, a spark is ignited, and then you are on this amazing journey and pathway toward something that alters the destiny, I think, for the better. So, again, Sam, thank you so much for saying yes and being with me today. And
Absolutely.
We hope to see you live and in person this Thursday at Bamboo Royal Oak at 6 p.m. for the next episode. And this is the final taping of this season. Be on the lookout. We have dates for next season. Whoop, whoop. So we are looking forward to seeing you for God, Are You Still There? Faith Unboxed, Humanity Beyond Borders. Get your tickets. We are halfway. Believe it or not, we are halfway sold out. Yay. I know. It's always a really exciting feeling, but always like that pins and cushion because you're like, oh my God, only one ticket sold. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And then it's like slowly but surely things begin to ramp up. So
Definitely.
So we have space and dinner for you. So we have food and drink available to you for this amazing event and endeavor, and an amazing panel for you to check out. And this time we have Lulu Fall, who is our musical recording artist. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah, very nice. And I'm looking forward to adding, more elements to the show. So again, it feels more communal, more celebratory, and also just more creative. I think that we thrive in creative spaces, and there's nothing like hearing live music. Also, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So even if you can't be there, we hope that you are there because again, when someone's singing, it's one thing to see it online, but it's quite another to physically,
Yep,
be in the space to feel it. And some things just have to be experienced. Like we can tell you about it all day long, but you won't fully understand until you're there in the seat. So we invite you to be there.
Couldn't have said it better.
Well, Sam, thank you again. And I will see you on Thursday. And to the rest of you all, wherever you are in the world, have a great day, evening, or night. And thank you so much for tuning in. All right. Bye, Sam. Bye, everybody. Have a great one.